Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about what happens when you disappear on the narcissist. What do you think that narcissist is going to do when you all of a sudden just disappear on the narcissist? Well, I'm going to tell you what happens, all right? When you disappear on a narcissist, the first thing that narcissist is going to think is, uh-oh, you're on to their game. This is what they think. You're on to their game, and now you're trying to play the same game back to them. You're trying to play hard to get. You're trying to give them a taste of their own medicine, right? So what a narcissist generally does is they're going to try to act unfazed by the fact that you disappear. Okay. And especially if they have other supply. If they have other supply, they're not going to worry about if you disappear. What they are going to do is they're going to say to themselves, I'm not going to chase you. I'm going to go get busy with my other supply. And then, they feel like you're going to come back. This is what they feel. They feel you're going to come back. But what they're going to do is they feel, once a narcissist feels that you're playing games back with them, you just disappear on them. What they're going to do is they're going to turn their attention to other supply. They're not going to worry about when you disappear on them. Now, keep in mind, though, if that narcissist really, really needs you, and, they don't want to take a chance of losing you. You have something that narcissist really wants. You have a supply that they really want that's not easy for them to get anywhere else. What that narcissist may do is they may start hoovering you again, all right? They may start contacting you and being like, oh, what happened, this and that, I love you so much, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. They know what's going on, though. Here's the thing. The narcissist knows that when you disappear, that you're basically, trying to give them, you're playing the game back. They know it. But if a narcissist is really, really threatened that you may disappear on them permanently, they will try to hoover you back in. They'll try with that love bombing to try to reel you back in. Narcissists, though, in general, they figure, okay, you want to disappear. If they don't necessarily need something really badly by you, maybe you're even a backup supply to them, they're not going to care if you disappear. They figure, okay, play your games, do your thing. I'm going to go get busy with somebody else, and I will try you back later, or you'll break and you'll eventually come looking for me. See, narcissists think that eventually you're going to come looking for them. Because here's the thing, you guys, they knew that at one time they had you hooked. So they feel overconfident. Narcissists are overconfident in thinking that, well, I had them hooked. Now they're disappearing on me. Now maybe they want me to chase them. I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to feed their ego. I don't want to give them that power and control. So I'm going to wait it out. This is what narcissists will generally do unless they feel really threatened that they're losing something from you. They figure, I'm going to wait it out, and eventually you're going to come around. Now, what happens when you disappear and then you don't come back around? Then the narcissist will hoover you again, all right? And what they do is they'll send you a text message like, hey, how are you? They may not even they'll make like, they're not even noticing that you disappeared, or how you been, or, are you okay? They love to send the text, are you okay? Is everything all right? Okay. Meanwhile, they know perfectly well why you're disappearing, because you're pulling back from the narcissist. You're starting to see through the narcissist, and the narcissist knows it. Okay. They know why you are distancing yourself from them. All right. And they feel at that point, when you start distancing yourself, from the narcissist, or you disappear on the narcissist, at that point, the narcissist knows that you're starting to see through them, that the relationship is breaking down. And they most definitely, if they don't already at that point, which most of the time at that point, they have another supply, they will make sure that there is another supply, okay? Because a narcissist doesn't want to be put in a position of being alone. See, at the point that you disappear on the narcissist, you probably disappeared on the narcissist because you started to see their games. And they were playing games a lot of times because they had somebody else. Maybe they were ghosting you. Maybe they were lying. Maybe they were manipulating. You started to see through the games. And now all of a sudden you disappear on them. You figure, hey, I'm not going to beg them. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to disappear on them, right? But at that point already, that narcissist already, pretty much has somebody. So they're not like I said, they're not worried about it at that point unless they really feel threatened that you're walking away permanently and you have something that they need. So what they do, like I said, you guys, they take a little hiatus, okay? And some of them may even like the fact that you disappear on them. Great. Now you disappeared on them. Now you're not calling them. Now you're not texting them. Now they can go see other supply without worrying about you, ruining it for them. So some of them, when you disappear on the narcissist, some of them actually like it because it gives them a little space. It gives them freedom to go explore that other supply. And then again, after they've explored that other supply or they get bored with that other supply, that's when they'll start to panic when you've disappeared and you still haven't come back to them. But see, this is why when you play games, nobody wins, all right? Because the narcissist doesn't really care if you play games back with them, because the bottom line is you're still there, right? You may disappear on them and you come back, and that's good enough for them, okay? That's good enough for them. They actually like it, like I said, because it gives them the freedom to do what they want to do without you on their back or questioning them or trying to make them accountable. So it's when you disappear and you have the intention of never coming back, that's when the narcissist would panic. And that's when they would come and hoover you. And then what they would probably do is they'll start accusing you of cheating. That's what a narcissist will do as well. If you disappear on the narcissist, they're automatically going to think that you do what they do, and that is cheating. So when you disappear on the narcissist, they feel that you have another supply, that you're seeing somebody else, okay? And, if they really, really need you and they feel threatened, then they may come on strong again because they don't want to lose you to somebody else if they suspect that you're seeing somebody else. But see, automatically, there's two ways a narcissist looks at when you disappear on them. They either say to themselves, okay, you're mad at me, you're trying to, play game back on me, so you feel you're going to play my game, you're going to disappear on me. Okay, go ahead. I'm not going to chase you because I'm not going to give you that power and control. That's one way, right? And then the other way, they feel like, oh, you disappeared on me. You got another guy or another girl somewhere. You're doing shady business like I do. Then they automatically think that you're doing what they do, right? Not that you're just trying to distance yourself from them because they're toxic and you disappear on them, right? So they automatically feel you're playing games back with them, or that you have another supply, all right? And like I said, narcissists, if you're a grade A supply and they need you and they can't find somebody like you anywhere else, and you're offering something that they can't find, maybe you have money, maybe you help them out with money, maybe you have a nice home, maybe you're great in bed, the narcissist wouldn't want to take a chance of losing you. So when you disappear on them, they may try to hoover you back and be like, hey, babe, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. That's if they're really desperate for whatever you have, okay? But in general, narcissists are pretty independent, and they make themselves independent by having multiple supplies so that they don't have to rely on one person, so that if one supply turns bad on them and disappears on them, they have other supply that they can go and run to, and they're not dependent on you for anything, okay? Narcissists never want to be dependent on anybody. That's why a lot of times, too, they don't want to take a favor from somebody. You'll notice this, okay? You have narcissists that are big time moochers that take everything, but they never ever want to owe anybody. And if you ever do anything for a narcissist, they'll never really acknowledge it as a favor. They feel almost entitled by it, or they'll try to downplay it and say, "Oh, I can't believe you're even bringing that up," or "Oh, a big deal you did that for me," because they don't ever want to owe anybody. So the thing is this, you guys, best thing to do is to not play games, all right? Because the narcissist is still going to come back and try you, even if you disappear on them. If you disappear on them, they're still going to try you. First, they're going to assume that you're going to come back. And when you don't come back, then they're going to come back and they're going to hoover you, because they're going to worry that, you're either getting involved with somebody else, or, they're losing you as a supply, and they may need you. All right. And also narcissists, even if you're not grade A supply, they don't want to lose anything. So they may, they're going to come back. But it may not be the reaction that you expect when you disappear on the narcissist. Like a lot of people, this is what a lot of people do. They feel they could play the narcissist game. They feel like, okay, I'm going to do what to you the way you did me, right? You ghosted me, you did this. Now I'm going to disappear on you, all right? But see, like I said, the narcissist is not going to fall into your hands the way you fell into their hands, because at that time you didn't know the game. The narcissist knows the game. So when you disappear on that narcissist, they're not going to come chasing you the way you think they're going to come chasing you. Most of the time they won't, you guys, all right? Because they never ever want to give you that power and control. They'll wait it out. Like I said, they'll give you time to come back. They want to show you that, they don't need you, that you're the one who needs them. So they're not going to come necessarily chasing after you. All right. They're going to be busy with the other supply. But then when things go bad, then they'll come around. Or when they see that you're not breaking and coming looking for them, then they'll come around and you'll get that text or that call like, "Hey, what's going on? I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Did something happen?" Or something. They'll do the dumb routine. Okay. This is what they'll do. They'll do the dumb routine. They'll never ever take accountability and say something like, "What are you mad? I did something." They never want to acknowledge that they did something for you to disappear. So they just play the dumb thing like, "Oh, I guess you're busy," or, I guess you have a problem," or something like that, or blah, 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 blah. See, they'll put all the shame on you. They'll never ever take the accountability that they did anything for you to disappear. So that's how it rolls out, you guys. But like I said before, it's never good to play games because, when you're done with a narcissist, be done. Walk away. It's the same ball of wax that will come back if you keep playing these games with them. It's the same thing. It's going to be, and you know what it all ends up to being? Wasted time. This is all it is. Wasted time. When you disappear on the narcissist, then, they're going to come back. And, they're either going to hoover you or you're going to end up breaking and going back to them. And all of this is just wasted time. It's games. What are games? Games are a waste of time, right? So, unless somebody can be a mature individual, sit at the table, take accountability, be transparent about their intentions and working together on a relationship. If they can't do that, then don't play games and just disappear on the narcissist. Unless you plan on disappearing on them permanently, okay? Then that is different. You plan on disappearing and going no contact permanently, then that's completely different, okay? If you plan on doing that, then just don't ever go back to the narcissist, okay? But like I said, when you disappear on them and you're planning on disappearing on them and going permanent no contact, the narcissist, like I said, they're going to be a cool cat. They're going to act like it doesn't bother them. They're going to be busy with the other supply. They're going to give it time and thinking that you're going to come back. And when you don't come back, that's when they're going to hoover you. And that's how it usually rolls out, you guys. All right. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, if they're covert, overt, malignant, grandiose, and you don't know how to handle this person, you need clarity, you need advice, check out the one-on-one phone coaching link in the bio, okay? Also, check out my YouTube. I put everything, I laid down on YouTube, over 6,000 videos at the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. TikTok is the Game Exposed. Instagram is the Game EXP123, and Facebook for now is the Game EXP777. And have a great day, you guys.